Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Aspera, where things are going alright, a little slowly perhaps, due to me incompetently managing our second build site. But now that we got everything online, I think we should be able to figure this out a little bit faster. We are, of course, going to have to bring in researchers to get this research outpost to actually work. So that's a smallish problem. Do we have spaceport capacity? Am I allowed to build a spaceport right now? Gosh. Okay. That's a little inconvenient, but it's got to get done. Okay, so we're also going to want to mine some silicon and stuff, but first, let's build some additional worker hubs, and also power plants, probably, is my guess. High priority. F2. I've already forgotten how the game works. Okay, now we are within power range, but we are going to run out of power. This is also a very high priority. Yeah, we'll build a couple more worker hubs over here before we prioritize any of this stuff.
Will allow me to extract resources faster. They will also require less maintenance. A win-win.
It's kind of interesting. Like, it makes a lot of sense for Amy to be thinking about the research that we're doing, but it feels weird in a video game to have a character, especially the character that represents you, talking about things after you've made decisions about them, because video games so often use dialogue primarily as a way to guide players toward decisions. You almost can't just do naturalistic dialogue, because then the player feels like you're yelling at them. It's a strange thing. I would love it if we could get some electronics, maybe, running, because that's important. We're also going to need... yeah, we're going to need electronics for the maintenance factory, too, so get the hell on it. Again, my kingdom for... here, let's deprioritize this. My kingdom for multiple levels of prioritization. Yes, move the aluminum out of there and into the electronics factory. Because we need to get maintenance going, too, right? Okay, it's not a huge problem, but it is a problem. Alright, once we have the power up, then we can start expanding other things a little bit. And again, it does feel like I'm not being very efficient over here. We should probably be, like, working on something. I don't know what, though. This base is very self-sufficient. I guess... carbon mine. Let's just put up some real simple orders over here. You guys should probably run a worker hub out to there, because we're going to need more roads. And then we got an aluminum mine, which is going to require even more power and even more worker hubs. And then, like... you know what? I think we are going to push out here. We have very little reason not to, is the thing. Just trying to make sure we have lots and lots of work to do. There we go. Create some additional spidering. So we're going to want a research outpost on this, and that's going to require another solar farm. Okay. That'll give them all something to do while we get this done. We may as well be productive, right? Okay, so... still need input over here. We are at the very least getting the electronics out now. Okay, so we can undo that. We do still need this producing as hard as it can. Yeah, we're very bottlenecked on electronics, to the point where I'm wondering if we should build another factory. We should probably build another factory. We are in fact that bottlenecked, I think. It would be best for it to be near at least one of the input buildings. Okay, cool. I do not still know whether or not we need to actually do that upgrade manually or not. We'll figure it out. Let's push the building limit. We're not close to our building limit, but I want the other text that unlocks. So, let's have a look at our mines. Okay, there's an upgrade button. Did it require anything? It looks like it just went up. Okay. I do have to pay something, and it does increase the power consumption. So maybe not a good idea to do to everything. Definitely a good idea to do at the aluminum mine. Yes, electronics factory. I mean, this is pretty close. I would love for there to be a direct road from the glass kiln, but what are you going to do? Okay, and everything's still well within maintenance limits. We can probably cut this down. I just got an achievement called Doom Importer. That makes me nervous. Hold on a second. That makes me so nervous I'm going to go look at what that was. What did I do? Oh, import GHGs from Earth. Sure. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, actually, that means we should probably zoom out here and have a look at this. I assume I can just leave that project active, right? Hold on, the camera controls change when you're in space. It looks like no, maybe? Alright, well, let's put a spaceport on this, then. Okay, yeah, no, the GHG import is ongoing. We just had something sitting idle for some reason. I don't know. We finished an additional landing site thing. Maybe that's why. I may as well get that additional landing site up and running, right? Like, why not put down here? We can be managing these all at once. It does mean that I need to slow down a little bit for a second and make sure we're running this landing site, though. So, we will need silicon. We will need aluminum. We'll need aluminum badly. And I'm going to be smarter this time. Silicon. Electronics factory is of extremely high importance, which means that steel factory is of extremely high importance. So wait, is this... Yeah, this makes sense. It's a position for that, right? And then...
Amy, this is Houston. Do you copy?
I copy, Nathan.
Congratulations on raising Mars's temperature. The next phase is imminent. Houston out.
We did it! We got to negative 49C! Hooray! Okay, so while that stuff's going on, how is this going? Are we doing the right stuff? Now this should get prioritized, because we do actually want to just build a bunch more workers. I'm going to put up another worker hub, like, over here, and prioritize that as well. We need more hands on deck over here. So, that's electronics and steel and aluminum. The steel factory is... It says it needs input, but it clearly has all of its input stuff. What's going on there? Yeah, huh. I don't know. Okay, well, keep working on that for a second while I figure this out. We need an iron mine over here for sure. Where's the nearest source of iron? Alright. So, I can't... Can I select... How do I tell you I want to make a carbon mine too? It gives me a construction costs, but it... Oh, no, I guess it... Okay, I'm always telling it to build a mine too. Alright. It's just, it's weird that it still shows the 1. It looks to me like the 1 is highlighted here, not the 2. But I guess that's the problem with using a 2-color highlight scheme, is that some players will intuitively perceive the non-highlighted color as being the highlighted color. Okay, so what is your most important thing? It is this. We need a lot of steel
Mars
for that.
has reached
Do we have enough?
50 degrees
Yes.
Celsius. The turning point. The dry ice caps have almost completely dissipated. That has to mean something.
Well, it does mean something.
A job well done. Though it may take some time to get used to seeing pools of water appearing on Mars. And this new atmosphere, rich in CO2.
Okay, so we don't really have good vision of pools of water appearing on Mars. Okay, so over here. Steel factory is producing.
Amy, this is Houston.
Go ahead, Dr. Foster.
Mars's orbit is intersecting comet debris soon. Expect a meteor shower shortly.
Should I anticipate damage at the base?
Yes, you'll need to stay alert until Mars builds up an atmosphere to counteract the meteors. For now, you should take precautions to keep damage to a minimum.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Then I will secure the power supply. The entire base is dependent on uninterrupted power. I will need to have enough power batteries to sustain the base.
Sounds like a good plan.
Will this jeopardize the mission?
No. You'll be able to fix whatever damage may occur. This is only the first of many challenges you'll face. But you are equipped to respond and adapt to any situation. I made sure of that.
Roger. Thank you, Dr. Foster.
Well, you're welcome. Houston out.
Okay, I see. We hit the button for upgrade, and that sets it into upgrade mode, and then the drones actually have to run the materials over. So hold on. I'm going to deactivate prioritization on all of the rest of this stuff. We need this to get fixed, and we need it to get fixed now. And that means we do need steel, so the steel factory has to remain prioritized. It just sits in awaiting input mode a lot, for some reason. Alright, but yeah, it looks like it won't actually run until the upgrade's complete, so that's, like, very important. Okay, and over here, we just need a little bit more aluminum for that, which we should have, right? Maybe not, actually. Did we run aluminum into any of these stockpiles? No, we totally didn't. We just didn't land with the ability to put... We didn't land with enough resources to connect an aluminum mine. Or to build an aluminum mine. An aluminum mine, too. So when I'm building, do I have the ability to... It doesn't look like I have the ability to... Okay, here we go. So yeah, the problem is black is highlighted, not white. That's counterintuitive to me. Alright, scrap this. Hold on. De-build this. We need to make an aluminum mine 1. This is exactly what I was worried about. This is why I wanted to make sure I understood this UI. And then even after trying to make sure of that, I still didn't. Alright, let's turn the speed back up. So we are running stuff back out here. Alright. Okay, aluminum mine level 1. Highest priority. Nothing is more important than aluminum, it turns out. And then we can upgrade this later. Okay, now that the aluminum mine is up, now we need the silicon mine, that's pretty important. And this one we actually can build at level 2 by just pulling stuff out of this mine. Okay, over here. Aluminum mine is now mining, which is wonderful, because boy oh boy do we need it. So when we hit upgrade waves, what is this doing?
It is an annoying distraction from the mission, but easily fixed. If only it were me and Mars.
Okay, did we experience a problem? She says the first of many challenges and that it's annoying, but I don't actually see an issue. Nothing looks like it needs to be repaired. I don't know, man. Everything looks fine. Yeah, they're building this out and... Huh. Okay. I guess disregard? We don't have any notifications or anything. So, yeah. Alright, turn off power view. Okay. You're working on it. It's good. It's fine. So now we gotta get these worker hubs completed. And actually, it looks like they're mostly done. They're getting done, now that we have the aluminum coming in again. This guy is also high priority. Yeah, once we get a couple more workers, things are going to get so much easier over here. Okay, here we go. Here comes the meteor shower. I mean, I don't know how clear it's going to be to me when stuff gets damaged. I guess we get impact warnings. That's going to hit just outside. It looks like we don't have anything to worry about just yet. Unfortunately, I can't keep a good eye on the bases while also being at a zoom level that allows me to work. And these take forever to actually make impact. I guess, yeah, we get a lot of warning, because, you know, science and math. Alright, well, for right now, it looks like we don't have to worry about anything. Congratulations, CO2 trapped in the polar caps has been liberated. The conditions are ripe for Stage 2. Create an atmosphere by realizing the CO2 trapped in the regolith. Keep up with the plan and terraform Mars. We sure do get told to terraform Mars a lot.
That takes care of the dry ice on the poles. And I did it without using any nuclear missiles. Being able to complete the mission without damaging the planet is a great achievement. The next milestone is reaching an atmospheric pressure of 300 millibars.
Okay, well, we're working on it. Yeah, so apparently I didn't need to build a spaceport over there. That's not a very high priority.
Houston here. We have confirmed the disappearance of the polar ice caps. Terraforming Stage 1 is complete. Congratulations, Amy. You have made incredible progress. If you continue raising the planet's temperature, you'll trigger the release of CO2 trapped in the deep regolith. You'll need to raise the atmospheric pressure to 300 millibars. That'll make living on the surface much easier for the colonists.
Okay, so this is not great. We're going to have a serious impact issue here in 16 days. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not a lot that can be done about it. I certainly can't pick the buildings up and move them.
What are your suggestions for raising the atmospheric pressure?
Aerobraking is a good one. It involves guiding asteroids into the upper layers of the planet's atmosphere. This causes them to burn up and subsequently release their gases into the air. Certainly plenty of asteroids to choose from out there. We'd like for you to aim with the ones with CO2 deposits, of course. That'd be one way to increase the density of Mars's atmosphere.
Aerobraking sounds like it could be dangerous.
No, not necessarily. Though it is a technique that requires lots of planning and careful execution. Plenty of other methods to choose from. You'll find them all in your tech tree panel. Whatever you decide, just make sure to take everything into account. The mission depends on it. Keep up the good work. Houston out.
Very chatty. We're all very chatty. Okay, I think there's just enough steel already in the base because there's 4 points in the electronics factory to finish this iron mine. Once we have the iron mine, we can get our steel factory online with that iron, and then we can produce the steel that we need to actually get the factory functional. So that should all be fine. I don't have any idea how we're going to deal with all this. We're just going to let the impacts happen, and then we'll solve it from there. So, on this front, we now have a fair number of workers. Let's build another... How are we doing on power? Okay, yeah, let's build another hub. We just need more bodies over here for the moment. I would love to get all of these roads running. There we go. Yep, and the maintenance area is nice and big. Speaking of maintenance, we should do that soon. We should get some of the maintenance stuff going because it looks like it's going to be an issue. Research outpost is good. This is far from good. But let's prioritize these first. Please get those done. The steel factory needs to keep running for the electronics, but that's happening. This probably doesn't need to be prioritized anymore. Okay. Yep, just keep producing bodies. Keep producing hands. We got steel running over here. Let's go ahead and turn up the speed and be... Oh! Wow. Good timing. Okay, so... This will discard the building. I'd like to rebuild. I would like to issue a rebuild on all of these. This is going to be a little easier to do if we're zoomed out so that I have the Oh, you're not actually destroyed. You're damaged badly, but that's not so bad. And then it looks like everything else actually survived, right? I think so. A lot of stuff is damaged, but... What are we at on here? 9 sols, and this one we don't really care about. Okay, so as long as the maintenance hubs are good... Yeah, actually, damage is pretty minimal. This chemical plant is not operative because it has run out of chemicals. So I guess scrap it. There's no reason to keep it around. Yep, okay. That all could have gone a lot worse. So yeah, now all we need is to deliver 2 aluminum real quick, which should be no problem. Okay. Now we care about the steel factory. I thought that might be a problem, but we need to build more power anyway.
This is Houston. The meteor shower appears to be over. Please give us a status update.
Shoot, we need glass. Yeah, everything's fine.
My plans did not work out exactly as expected, but the results are positive. The base is secured.
Don't worry. All you need is more experience. You will do better next time.
Next time?
Until Mars builds up an atmosphere to counteract the meteors, you may be encountering these regularly. You cannot let this derail the mission. So stay alert.
Roger. I understand.
Back to your terraforming duties then. Houston out.
This is no problem at all, actually. So, wait, that's silicon input? Yeah. Is the silicon mine is up. So yeah, we just need this to be like over here. Alright, so it turns out this is the only thing that matters. We gotta get that up. 4.6 power, so we don't have enough power to run everything, but we need that to make the solar farm. Okay, yeah, shouldn't be an issue. Oh, except the steel factory's not built yet. Shoot. Okay. So deprioritize. But the iron mine's not operable without the solar farm, and we can't build the solar farm without a glass kiln, and we can't build the glass kiln without a steel factory, and we can't build a steel factory without iron. Which we do not have any of in the stockpile. And there aren't any other sources of it around here. We have some carbon, which is like whatever. Well, shit.
The atmospheric pressure has reached 50 millibars. A change like this can be perceived in a number of ways.
I mean, it is an unnatural state, and that's what makes it such a big step.
The big step toward a new Mars. The job I was created for.
It looks like we're getting a little food crunched here. We might have lost a food factory that I didn't notice we lost, maybe? I don't know. Oh, these guys don't have maintenance. You know what? It's probably fine. I guess we may as well. We're really good at building stuff out of this base. We may as well. That will get accomplished, regardless of how hard we work on it.
It's working! I can't believe the dry ice caps are starting to sublimate. You were right, Amy. Using the microsuns wasn't our only option.
This method took a lot longer, but we achieved our goal without harming the planet.
And I'm sure it will pay off. Amy!
Uh-oh.
What's happening? Did you hear an explosion? On fire!
Elia, you're breaking up. Say again, Elia.
Amy! Copy! Amy! System's failing! Help! Please! Amy!
Well, it zoomed us over here, but I don't exactly see what it is we're supposed to be seeing. I mean, it looks like we got plenty of maintenance drones flying around. They're doing their maintenance thing. Well, hopefully whatever the issue is, they have it under control. She seemed very concerned. And I don't really know what to do about it. So I seem to have lost contact with my science people. That's an issue. Apparently this areological scanner just doesn't have power somehow. Well, it looks like it should be fine. Yeah, there's power extension over everything. Why does it have that icon on it? And it doesn't anymore even. Okay, well, critical failure detected. Building power lost. Spaceport number 3. This one. Okay. But everything we can see says that there should be plenty of power. Something's going wrong with the power network, I guess? Yeah, there's plenty of power and it's plugged in. We're not having brownouts, are we? We shouldn't be. Where's the... plus 14? I guess plus 14's low. Maybe we lost some power buildings and I didn't notice. In the whatever it is that is supposed to have happened. This water extractor is all fucked up.
How could so many buildings fail all at once?
It is weird.
This is a serious problem. It is suspicious that all these individual systems failed at the same time. Could it be a systematic failure? Or caused by someone?
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell exactly what's going on. The game is not great at showing you that things are broken, so it took us longer than I would have liked to notice exactly what was going on there. I'm assuming we just lost some solar farms somewhere, and that's why the power got weird. Because we were massively positive on power over here, right? Like on the order of plus 100 for a while. So, I don't... Sabotage, perhaps. Some kind of something's going on. Alright, so we have plenty of bots over here now. The spaceport is not being read as much of a priority, it looks like, which is weird, because, like, what else do you guys even have to do over here? You know what I need is for the parts factory to be treated more seriously, I think. And that means the steel factory needs to be pumping stuff out, and in theory that should be happening. I don't know. So what are we going to do about this? This is a problem that seems to be pretty intractable. We're not going to get iron back for scrapping anything, are we? We get steel for that and that. Yeah, there's no way for us to get iron at this base because this is outside of the thing and we can't build the stuff we need for it. So, I guess we have two options. One is do some kind of research and get some kind of power that doesn't require glass. And two is connect these bases, which I think is maybe a little more time reasonable.
Amy? How's everything up there? Are you okay?
Status is all clear. My systems were not compromised by the past events.
Oh, good. That's a huge relief. It's been a stressful time here in the colonies. Everyone's been on edge. We all knew the risks coming here. But having the life support systems fail on us, even briefly, was a harsh reminder. What's killing me is that we can't be sure it won't happen again. Not until we figure out what caused it in the first place. Has ISA spoken to you about the system failures yet?
Not yet. But they engineered the systems to withstand Mars's conditions through all the terraforming phases. Perhaps they will have more insight into the problem.
We have to figure this out. The colonists are scared.
This will be my highest priority, Elia. I will work with ISA to examine all the data.
All right. I'll try to distract the colonists by focusing on rebuilding. Good luck, Amy.
Okay, so we're just gonna connect these directly. We can put up an areological scanner somewhere over here. Just help push our scanning capabilities out that way. And this, hopefully, should be pretty easy for the bots from the primary colony to do. Spider out here and get control of this stuff. And then once that's done, we can connect everything up and put it the way we would like it. And at this point, we may as well put up level 2 mines on all these resources, because this stuff will get done. It'll get done as soon as the connection occurs. I mean, we may as well run chemical plant over here. We're gonna need a solar farm. We're gonna need maintenance. So yeah, unfortunately, it's very difficult to actually start a new landing site with level 2 stuff.
Amy, this is Houston. Radio check, over.
Houston, I read you. You are coming in okay at the moment.
Roger. We've been examining the data from last week's system failures. Every single building was operating perfectly up until the moment before last week's system failures. And there was zero indication of any impending malfunction. Can you walk me through what happened?
Of course. When the alarm was triggered, I found the buildings in a failure state. I sent repair drones immediately to the buildings. The drones reported extensive physical damage to the buildings and the production lines, enough that it caused the shutdown of several factories. The damage was not consistent with any weather patterns in the area, nor were there any other physical causes we could identify.
Roger. So you haven't been able to identify the cause yet?
Not yet, but Elia has already initiated an investigation. She is gathering testimonies from the colonists and will share her findings.
Do you suspect that the damage was caused by a colonist?
I'm gonna level with you. I do feel like that's basically the only thing it could be.
I hope not, but that is the most logical explanation. The damage affected the life support systems. Not enough to be catastrophic, but alarming all the same. It could have been a warning, or sabotage, or madness.
Well, your logic is sound, though it's a grim thought.
It could be a solo operation, or perhaps a group of them. I do not know yet.
Continue your investigation, and inform us immediately of your findings. I hope you're wrong, but I will work with my team to dig through the footage with your suspicions in mind. Houston out.
Okay, we desperately need for the maintenance facility over here to actually be running, and there is no electronics, so we can't make drones. So we have too many damn things. Too many damn things going on. I wish there was a way to prioritize the presence of humans.
Is centered on an impudent child who wishes to claim her garden as theirs. But from her infinite store of knowledge, Carmine will awaken their mind and show them the truth. On Mars, everything comes from Mother.
Invalid voice recognition. This message is in violation of security code 1A3972.
She provides protection and comfort to all her creatures. She unleashes misery and suffering to all her enemies.
This is ISA speaking. Identify yourself, or you will be considered hostile.
Leave now, or you will awaken her rage that is beyond your control.
This is your last warning. Identify yourself immediately. Huh. The communication cut off. Was that a threat? Who is Carmine? Where did that come from?
This is another problem, I think, with this being a video game and all of the writing having to exist in the context of this being a video game where I'm also trying to play a game at the same time. I think these communications are, by and large, way too wordy. Like, you could have cut half of the lines out of that without changing anything, just by having there be fewer interjections where someone's going, "What is happening? I don't understand what is happening right now." But, like, every second that you drag one of those out is a second where the player playing the game is going to feel annoyed at the distraction, no matter how good the writing is or how, like, compelling the story. That's a tricky problem.
Amy, we need your help. That message was also broadcasted to the colonies, and it's total chaos down here. Some of the colonists have been spreading rumors about what the children of Carmine will do to us.
Children of Carmine?
Yeah. That's what the colonists are calling whatever sent that message. This threatening message, coming right after the life support failure. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. We don't even know what we're dealing with. Life on Mars was never supposed to be easy. But dealing with hostile forces wasn't on the program.
Yeah, I get that. That does seem like a serious problem that we wouldn't really have been prepared for.
ISA believes an outsider is trying to hack into my system. It could be the Eastern Coalition, or another competing organization. They ordered me to focus on terraforming while they investigate.
Then we need to defend ourselves. We've got a mission to carry out, and we've already put our lives on the line for it. I'm activating NH9833 Emergency Protocol. You can access the military tech brand now. Amy, figure out what to develop first so we can fight back. We're counting on you. Elliot out.
Oh, combat. Okay, that seems like a problem. Alright. We are maybe going to have to not run the game at 8x speed all of the time anymore. So yeah, drones. That seems important. Defensive structures in the form of drone hives. Okay, so where do we think we're at here, plot-wise? Carmine, obviously, is a word that Amy has already used to describe the color of the planet. It's weird. It's a fairly low-frequency word, in my experience, so it's weird that it's occurred twice in the game script already, and it sort of makes me wonder if maybe whoever's mad and whoever's, shouting about Carmine is maybe some sort of splinter off of Amy herself, although it's not, it's not such a rare word that would necessarily have to be the case. I guess let's start this. But it also sort of sounds like, everything comes from Mother. I mean, Amy's Mother, right? On Mars, everything comes from Mother. The people need to understand that in order for their survival, everything comes from Mother. What else could that be? It must be Amy. So that's a weird thing. Maybe some of the colonists have become unhinged and are now worshipping the AI that literally is 100% responsible for their survival as a god of sorts? I don't know. I don't know what we're looking at here, but I'm really concerned about drones. I'm really concerned about combat. It's hard enough to get my normal just building drones to prioritize in the way that I want them to. Okay, so we desperately need more power over here. I put down a plan for a solar hub, and it looks like it... Did it get built? Well, we need more. In any case, more power. Let's expand this way, I guess, because we're going to have to do this anyway, eventually.
Amy, this is Dr. Foster. Do you copy?
Loud and clear, Dr. Foster.
Excellent. That means the additional tracking and data relay satellites fix the problem. Good work on launching those, Amy. ISA is pleased.
Roger.
Good. I also want to talk to you about the cryptic message you received. We suspect someone's been jamming our network to gain outside access to your systems.
I mean, it's probably not aliens, right?
The message came after we explored the abandoned facility from the Huo Long's mission. They must be accessing some backdoor in their technology they left behind.
It could be the techies, but that's only one of our suspects. I'll complete the report with your suggestions, but we'll keep digging into this.
Understood. How would you like me to proceed?
For now, keep the mission on track. That is your focus. And report any irregularities to us immediately. Houston out.
Yeah, it's like, this is a really good example. Him saying, report any irregularities to us immediately, is perfectly reasonable for him to say within the bounds of the story. It makes sense as a thing for that character to say in the plot. It helps us understand where he's at. Like, that line has utility from a script perspective. But it sucks to hear it in the video game because that's not a thing I can do. And it sort of feels like in a video game, everything that your character is told to do needs to be a thing the player themselves can do. I can't choose to call him with a thing. I don't know. This is not the way. This thing I'm about to say is not the way that writing has been understood in video games for a very long time. But like, you really can't just treat the writing like it's a movie script or a TV script. You need to write it as a game, and it's a whole different. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. All right, so this is the Terex 1 lander way out east. I can't believe how lucky I am. Yesterday I graduated from the academy. Today I'm already on my first expedition. We're off to investigate the remains of Terex 1. That'll be challenging because that tech is super old. The fieldwork isn't exactly what I expected. The conditions outside the colonies are much more severe. Luckily, the rest of the team is more experienced. They're helping me get used to all this madness. I'm done. I can't deal with another day of work on little sleep. As soon as we get back to the colonies, I'm signing up to work in a factory. At least I'll have a solid roof over my head. And see, it's different, like, with this, the experience is very different with, like, something that pauses the gameplay to read. I don't know. Alright, so we're short glass. We're perpetually short glass. We have lots of silicon running in. Maybe we deprioritize this. What else is prioritized right now? Just the two things that we desperately need. Okay. Yeah, I need the glass to be built. We need lots of maintenance drones too, but we're already building.
Stage 3
so.
engineering technologies will be very useful.
Okay, that line has no utility at all. Like, not even in a broad script sense. Now, let's make this worker hub the next thing we care about, because boy, it sure would be nice to have more workers. And then we're gonna need more glass. I guess I should keep this turned on because we're gonna need more glass for the worker. Yeah, there's a lot of micromanaging needs to get done. This is all working out. They're getting the important stuff built. This solar farm should be a high priority because otherwise, some of the stuff that you guys are building now is not actually going to be functional. But yeah, once you have enough drones and enough lanes for them to drive along, the need to micromanage is dramatically reduced. We just have to shepherd this base up to that point very carefully. Okay, yep, this is critically important. Good eye. Alright. Let's get the drone assault factory on as well. So, drone stuff.
No meteor showers, no sandstorms, no mission directives. Just the two of us, creating perfect systems together in solitude. Wouldn't that be nice?
I don't know, like, are we going to need... It didn't look like this had a radius of effectiveness or anything around it, so I'm going to assume that we don't need to, like, build a bunch for coverage purposes. I don't know. We'll get it finished and then we'll see what's up. Alright, and now we're at the point where the, yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Now we're at the point where these drones can actually access the secondary base, so cool. Okay, there's still this connection to make, and I still think it's important to make it, but it's not critical. So we got colonists arriving, research completing. All of our current spaceport stuff is... No, it's not all continuous. Wait, are all my spaceports occupied? We have one on colonist migration. What is Spaceport 02 doing right now? And Spaceport 03 is obviously not functional yet. Spaceport 02 is just doing nothing. Well, it should be doing something.
Help me defend the base.
Do this.
I should prioritize this.
Don't you tell me what to prioritize. This worker hub is all busted up. Can we do something about this, please? It's well within... Oh, no, it's not. It's in a maintenance dead zone. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't understand why this would be the case, but yeah, that'll do it. Okay, I built a weird little maintenance dead zone. That's on me. That's alright, the drones will handle it. Okay, so this stuff's getting built up slowly. Alright, let's focus over here. This thing is still short electronics because we're always short electronics. I had to deprioritize the electronics factories to get the drones to bring the silica to the or the silicon rather, to the glass factories. So okay, that should get that sorted, and then we just need to we just need to build out in this direction. I guess it's better for it to be done this way, like from here.
200 millibars. That is 1/5 of Earth's atmospheric pressure. Just a little more to go. Once we reach the threshold, humans will be able to go outside without spacesuits. Pressurization will no longer be required in the bases. This will lead to larger colonies. Mars is about to reach a new stage. Will humans even remember what I'm doing for them?
Yes, probably I think yes.
They will remember my work forever. Interplanetary life will forever be because of me. Humanity will settle Mars and reproduce. What will this opportunity mean for them?
I want to believe that it will not just usher in a repetition of old mistakes. I really do.
Living on Mars will bring a new hope to humankind. They made great errors on Earth, but this will give them a second chance. They will treat their new home better, won't they?
Well, won't they, though? Gosh, we hope so. Alright, so we're still having food problems. I have ordered the construction of several food factories, and it looks like that's happening. Are we just really short on chemicals? We are. We're super short on chemicals. Unfortunately, we don't have that many places to pull them from. Yeah, alright. Get working on this. Yeah, we are desperate for more chemicals. There we go. Even more worker hubs. Always more worker hubs. Alright, do we see any other chemical... is this water? Is that what I'm seeing here? Because it's not an ice cap, and if it was, we're not close enough to the pole anyway. Maybe the water is starting to fill in. Okay. That's very cool, and I'm very into it, and hopefully things will just continue. Oh, you're just outside of maintenance area as well. Alright, let's build a maintenance facility down here, which we currently have no connection to, but that is 100% fixable. Yeah, it's actually really satisfying. Once you get things set up so that you don't need to micromanage them at a base, it's really nice the way you can just be like, hey, get on it, and they figure it out. And obviously, the closer the cognitive load of decision-making gets to the total maximum cognitive load of your drones, the slower things are going to get as they do things like we're seeing where they're just moving resources back and forth between two buildings that both need the resource. And that's a problem, but there's not a lot we can do about it aside from just build more drone hubs. Oops, sorry. Turn off prioritization here. Okay, so the electronics factories are running as best they can. We still just need food over here, which I was starting to build a food plant, and then we got distracted by every damn thing.
Military technology for the protection of this mission.
Alright, that's pretty not ideal, but it's got to go somewhere. We are still inside of the maintenance area. Okay, so improved assault drone shields? Yeah, I guess. I don't have any idea what we're going to be facing as far as military stuff goes, so... where is my maintenance facility needs prioritization? Please feed me electronics. Things are going to get so much easier once the connections are made. I hesitate to spider the road out too much. please prioritize these. Let's get this done. Because again, I just don't want to give the bots too many things to focus on all at once. Alright, that maintenance facility is not high priority. We do need to get this food done. Let's get the maintenance drones producing. I'd love to get a couple out. And again, we have a little bit of a problem here where it's like, we have 64 maintenance drones. How many of them are active in this base? I have no idea. I think it's 0 right now. But it would be nice if these broke down a little better.
First, I need to analyze all the methods to reach 300 millibars. Like aerobraking a CO2 asteroid. That is one idea to consider.
Yeah, and all this stuff to focus on. I'm working on it. Okay, so that's still producing. We're short glass again. Because the glass kiln can't take any silicon if we're putting it all into the electronics factories, but also we need lots of electronics. And I think right now this base is bottlenecked a little bit on just number of workers. But also, we do need a way of transporting food to the research station, otherwise nobody's going to come over here and do research. And we haven't got a mine up on this water either. That's fine. We can do it here. Yeah, that should be fine. Well, there's lots and lots of aluminum waiting. We can run the aluminum out to it real quick. Okay, so. As soon as the glass is ready, prioritize this. Let's get that glass down there. Water extractor is not a priority.
Technology will automatically update in all my drones. It is amazing what a software update can do.
You know, provided that the hardware was designed correctly in the first place. Okay, so we're building these. The chemical plant will be really... Actually, chemical plant's pretty important. This can get demarked now. I don't think it's an issue. But it looks like when a building that no longer needs to be built is marked as prioritized, it does still look like the bots prioritize it as a place to store resources, maybe? Then again, maybe they're just dropping this off because it's the bottleneck out to this area. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter to have a power station still be prioritized or anything like that. Alright, once we have this built, then we got chemicals coming in, we can start properly producing food again. We're not getting any more benefit out of additional food factories, right? Until we actually have the stuff to put in them. Okay, now the water extractor matters.
Good. The colonists appear to be all right. But I have so many questions. What is the most likely explanation?
I mean, there was a message. It's not just... Our problems are definitely being caused by sabotage, right?
A simultaneous failure like this is too unlikely. It must have been caused by someone on purpose. But who? A colonist? They would be putting themselves in danger. That would not make sense. But I should ask Elia to investigate. We have to proceed carefully. If this was sabotage, this mission and the colonists' lives are in danger.
Yeah, you know, a human being would never do anything that would put themselves in danger for no reason at all. Or worse, out of spite for some petty grudge. That's not a thing that happens all of the damn time. Alright, slowly we are trucking polymers across to here. We should probably create some more local polymer factories and stuff, I guess. I mean, as long as there's plenty of roads, I guess it's not a big deal. Alright, so the next prioritization is this. Get this solar farm up as quickly as possible. Okay, but we're connecting. We're connecting. Things are going well. Let's just keep building these out.
Between the colonists and technology we're developing, there is so much complexity in our mission. What could I be overlooking?
I mean, like you just said, there's so much complexity in the mission. The answer is lots of things. I could be overlooking lots of things. Alright. So it's going to take a long time for all of this to get built. But this is the coverage that we need. To build another one down here, and then I think I really wish that it would show you projected facility coverage. We're gonna need one down here as well. So we may as well get that up now. Make sure there's power coverage for that. Alright, I guess build an assault drone factory. I build it near the other drone factory, I guess? Don't really know what to do with that. Okay, so as all this stuff gets built out...
engineered the life support systems to withstand the extremities of terraforming. They should not have failed at all, let alone at the same time.
Yeah, no, I get it. They want to make sure that there's no way that you can miss the fact that this has to have been sabotage. Okay, hostile forces. Well, that's pretty straightforward. What are we supposed to... It's just start... Oh, no. It's drones. It's little flying drone guys. Okay, well... 2020 and 1. Alright. What can I even do about this? Hold on a second. The drone buildings that I built are down here. I can't issue orders or anything, can I? Where's the... Okay, here. The defensive drone hive is here. No. There are no orders to issue. I mean, feels like we maybe ought to try to build up a defensive hive here, but obviously that's not going to happen fast. And I mean, if we need a defensive hive up here, we probably also need an offensive hive. What if we just built a bunch of great big space guns? How about that? If you are totally out of resources, you should probably just be scrapped. It is not easy to see which of your mines are out of resources, unfortunately. There's not a lot we can do about it. Okay, this aluminum mine just needs some love. Because this stuff... because this hasn't been built yet. They built everything over here except for the maintenance facility, because it's at the back. Okay, the silicon mine should also be scrapped. We have lots and lots of mines and extractors. We need to come up with a way of actually producing some of the things that we need. At some point, we're going to run out of resources just in the planet. Alright, I guess let's just see what happens here. There's not much I can do about it, aside from tell them to build things quickly. We don't even have a lot of drones in this area, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a real shame. We have a paucity of drones up here because I've redirected most of them toward building the bridge. Well, bummer, man. I guess we're producing drones. Alright, so what's going to happen as they make contact? I assume it's going to be real bad. Hard to tell exactly what they're doing. It seems to be nothing right now. See, with the one that has the 20, you can see a bunch of actual drones trailing behind it. There's no indication of what this one is, and I'm thinking it's probably just because whatever it is being hidden behind the flag here. Let's scrap that too. Yeah. I mean, defensive drone hive, go. Do the thing that you are meant for. It's just a tower. Well, we should probably build more of these, I guess. Although it's hard to know exactly where that's going to make sense to do. It's all around the outsides of the place, I guess. We don't have any idea where they're going to come in from. So, very, very slowly, agonizingly slowly, they're flying over our territory. They don't seem to be doing much of anything, though.
Amy, help. Something's attacking the colonies. Hurry.
An attack? By whom?
I don't know.
Okay, that one's doing something.
Somehow the security alarm wasn't even triggered. Isn't the security and monitoring system working properly? Why didn't your sensors detect this?
They did, is the correct answer.
We must be facing sabotage. Between this and the system failures from before, that is the only explanation.
Whatever it is, we need to figure it out. We have children here now. This cannot happen.
I am executing an end-to-end analysis and will initiate maintenance.
Not now. I need assault drones dispatched immediately. Can you identify who's attacking us?
Negative. I cannot identify the enemy, but it appears their drones are coming from SA-1.
Roger. Now hurry with those assault drones. We won't last long defending ourselves.
Yeah, how's that assault drone factory going? It is short a small amount of steel. And there's a lot of steel in the area. People are moving steel around nearby.
I have yet to understand what happened here. Were we attacked by a hostile force on Mars?
Wow, that steel's moving the wrong way. Yes! What do you mean?
That has to be the case. The damage is real. ISA issued strict orders to activate the assault drones in the event of any risk to the colonies.
Okay, well my assault drones are real awesome once we actually get any of them out. So let's go back to researching this until we actually have drones. Okay, some of the steel is now getting routed. I have no idea where the rest of the steel is headed. But for the moment, it looks like the maintenance drones are largely keeping the, Nope, this got reduced to rubble. Yeah, we'll set up some basic defensive towers. If the drone hives are just towers, it really does bum me out that they don't indicate how much space they cover. Because you have to assume that they have limited range, right? Like, we can tell they do. This drone hive doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, there we go. First assault drone building up. And we have somewhat improved assault drones. Please put a rush on this. But actually, mostly the enemies are just leaving. They ran in, they did a bunch of damage, and now they're going. Do you have maintenance? No, okay, you're supposed to be getting covered by this thing.
Amy, this is Nathan. We've detected there's been another massive system failure in the colonies. Please report.
Affirmative, Dr. Foster. Many buildings suffered severe damage from the attack.
The attack? The colonist suffered a second sabotage?
Does he not know about, like, the violence?
Yes. It was another act of sabotage.
I copy. Walk me through the timeline of what happened.
My system detected a swarm of aggressive drones coming from sector SA-1.
Amy, how did you know they were aggressive?
The drones were trying to attack the colonies, so they were, without a doubt, aggressive.
I see. Then would you say that your logic told you so?
That would be a way to explain it. Yes.
Here's the problem. We've been studying the reports from every angle. Our preliminary analysis suggests that there weren't any enemy drones on the planet, much less an aggressive force.
I see. But the evidence is still preliminary at best. I still believe there is some hostile force coming from SA-1, and the colonists are at risk.
That's one possibility.
Determining the truth is the highest priority. I am requesting authorization to launch an additional satellite to examine Sector SA-1 thoroughly.
I have my doubts, but I will give you permission. ISA is investigating the incident very carefully. Until we understand what happened, you may not engage in any armed conflict.
Then should I deactivate the security and defense protocol?
No, you can't do that either. The colonists' safety is top priority. Just keep your assault drones on standby until we resolve this, okay? Houston out.
Alright, let's move Spaceport. Oh, Spaceport 03 is finished. Yeah, okay, how about do this? I was gonna say let's move Spaceport 2 over, but if 03 is actually done, I didn't realize that that had completed. Cool, okay. So... No, it totally... This is Spaceport number 4. Spaceport 03 is over here. Never mind. 4 has not completed. We have some defenses going up. As soon as we had our own assault drones in place, the other drones fled. I mean, boy, it sounded like he was doubting that there were drones at all. I mean, I definitely saw the drone. They shut down a bunch of buildings. They did damage. But maybe our sensors are not necessarily trustworthy? Let's see here. Are there any, It's almost all aluminum. It's kind of wild how much aluminum there is out here. Oh, this has to get finished as well. We actually have plenty of polymers. We're just not... We're not doing a good job of, Where's this? That's weird. It's not letting me change the... I have no camera control right now. There we go. Okay, yep, that is to be expected. The solar farm's not actually finished yet. And that other research hub, it was this research hub, which, again, we're working on, so that's fine. It's not of super high priority. Okay, we just got to make sure that we get some defenses up for in case that thing happens again, which, you know, it's going to. Alright, progress. Over here, the water extractor is not yet up. The food factory is.
ISA could not test every circumstance, only the most probable ones. Between the Martian climate and the changes we are introducing, it is a lot for even my systems to keep track of.
Yep, and the one water extractor we do have up is just sitting there with a full stockpile. Okay. So this should make it possible. Okay, we ran a bunch of food and water over to the research station at least, though. So station is researching. It's not doing a great job on account of the one scientist, but it's going. So we have one hive and no assault drones up. Where's that finished assault drone factory, and why is it doing such a bad job? Because it needs polymers. Man, we just need more... Okay, you know what? We just need way more polymers, especially in the southern part of the base. Please prioritize the construction of these polymers. Yeah, I guess I lost count. We totally did build 4 spaceports over here. Boy, I hate to just throw more things on the prioritization queue,
engineering. Just like ISA trusts me to fix any emergent issues that may occur. ISA created the tools for this mission and handed them off to me to complete it. I will ensure the safety and comfort of the colonists, despite all odds.
Alright, let's make sure... Okay, that's clear. We can clear this off the queue. Yeah, we need our polymer factory, we need our drones, which are more important than the polymer factory, but unfortunately we may need to get the polymer factory done in order to actually get them up. This is, like, critically important. This maintenance factory doesn't actually need to be prioritized. Yeah, you can pull resources out of that. I just needed it finished. It feels like a pretty huge portion of the time you are going to want to prioritize something till the moment it is done, and then let people, and then have that fall off, and I wish that that was an option. It was a version of prioritization that you actually had access to, where they would just automatically deprioritize once the construction was complete. Oh, are we power shy over here? No. No, we are not. It's just that that worker hub is too far away.
Will be useful for creating a green planet. While I can melt the permafrost on Mars for water, aerobreaking an ice asteroid for water gives me more options. However, I should proceed carefully. We may be burying important resources or discoveries underwater.
That's true. I would love for this to get finished before we finish the aerobreak research. I guess it's not a big deal for the aerobreak research to get finished. We just got to make sure we do it before we actually bring the asteroid in. Alright, so how much of this aluminum do I really want to... I don't think I'm going to put any of these mines down. I don't want to give the bots anything else to focus on. They're already looking pretty stretched. So, we have room for 57 bots, but only 44 actually out, which I don't love. Alright. The assault drones are actually running now. That's good news. We can probably deprioritize that factory, but it being done is good. Okay, so the deal is we need assault drones to manage... The hive is just a place for assault drones to gather, where the assault drones themselves are the ones that do the shooting. And so they are the thing that has the range. And actually, I can, in fact, command them individually. Okay. This is not a level of extra control I needed. Let's hope that the AI on those is pretty good.
Were they speaking to me? Strange. It sounded like the message was addressed to me. But that does not make sense either.
So yeah, she totally is just like resolving queued up thoughts whenever there are some spare processor cycles. I mean, it's good that we are expressing more concern about the message. It did not sound like it was to me, but it did sound like it was for me. My feeling about that message about Mother is that some colonists wanted Amy to know that they consider that they are worshipping and fearful of Amy. That's what I think is happening. I think there's a real weird god thing occurring. Okay, so where is the maintenance thing that I was building over here? Yeah, this one should be what covers all that stuff. I guess that's not a very high priority. Slowly we are building out the network of solar farms. But we need bots, we need workers. We have a ton of worker capacity.
Who or what is Carmine? Carmine. No, I cannot recall anyone or anything in my database with that name. They spoke of her as Mother, like some sort of goddess.
Okay, we're having a semi-complicated local issue with the parts, because I'm spending a ton of parts right now building up the drone hives. And that seems to be what's keeping us from building more workers. I mean, we need the hives. I'm going to deprioritize this drone factory for a moment. Let's try to get the hives in that area and the workers going. And then we really need to burn on workers, like real hard. Maybe I should build another worker factory. Let's build a worker factory down here. I think we are to some degree having an issue of all of the resources being produced in one part of the base. Like all of the factory resources being produced. All of the raw stuff's coming from all over the place. So you've seen this movement pattern a bunch of times. A worker gets a part and moves it over here and then like just kind of wanders around with it for a while. I'm not sure what that's
Carmine
about.
will awaken their mind and show them the truth. I keep thinking about that part of the message. What truth?
That of course, we all love and respect Amy very much. Very, very, very much. Okay. I'm pleased to see that some of the drones are good and focused on this bit. And we actually have people coming over here now that the, You guys don't need to prioritize that so much anymore. Now that we have food and water for the research outpost. So, yeah, things are coming along. Still a full year of research to do, unfortunately. And 23 sols until an impact that's going to be annoying more than anything. Oh, hey, look at this. And yep, we are, in fact, losing things that are at the lowest elevations. As I'm not even sure where this water is coming from. Is it condensing out of the atmosphere? I don't know. We're doing it. The atmospheric pressure continues to rise. Yeah, in the background, stuff is mostly going pretty well. And a lot of our really important stuff is,
Mars has reached a new temperature threshold. The planet's temperature is rising steadily. That would be something worthy of celebration, if not for the problems threatening the colonies. Am I doing a good job?
You know what? Honestly, yeah, there are human beings alive on Mars.
I should give myself credit. The mission has been proceeding better than expected.
I think there's a lot to be said for the fact that there are human beings alive on Mars, personally. Okay, so we do need this maintenance facility to get finished for them to have the road out to the solar farm in the first place. Oh, actually, maybe not, because it looks like this solar farm has accumulated a hell of a lot of parts already. If we can get one more unit of electronics out here... I mean, we're going to have a workable path from the initial base to this crater, like, pretty damn soon, actually. Alright, drone stuff's going okay. We still don't have parts in the worker factory. We have every other thing. Ugh, unfortunately, it's not super easy. Here we go. Here's the parts factory. This parts factory needs to be prioritized. We need to be constantly feeding that. You can see there's still parts going into the drone hive as well, which is definitely important.
By building this defensive technology, I have to ask myself, would I do harm to others?
Yeah, I mean, yes, right?
I would do it if my life were at risk. My internal directive includes my survival.
That maintenance hub is really not critical. I don't know why there's so much focus on it. They're moving a lot of resources down there. I mean, obviously it's important to keep building out the worker hubs too, but I feel like once we have power in these areas, everything's going to be so much easier. Right now, worker hubs over here wouldn't matter anyway, because we can't recharge at them because they don't have any power. Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of this. Like, that drone drove this steel all the way out here and then just drove back with it and took it to here and then is... What are you guys even doing? I sort of wish that the debugger in me wants to get down on a drone-by-drone level. Like, when we see a weird behavior like that, jump into that drone and look at what it's thinking and see if we can't sort the issue out on a systemic level, but unfortunately, we do not have the technology for this. It would be awesome if this drone hive were finished. It has almost all of its parts. 61? Well, damn it. And this drone hive's also not finished, so... Why on earth is... Why are we having so much trouble moving parts around? Part of the issue is that we're just not getting steel into the parts factory, but, like, there's not a... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Where can I tell you to... How do I... This view. Yeah. Bummer. Am I allowed to tell you guys to move out to here? Doesn't look like it. Oh, yes I am. Okay, so they'll passively control any area over here. But we can give them more specific orders. That's a huge number of enemy drones. Well, I don't want to tell everybody at the base to stop doing everything else they're doing, but they might. They might have to. We have a lot of important stuff going on. But if we can't get these damn drone hives up, we're going to have a hard time defending ourselves. Pursue them with lasers. Okay. And the hive itself does fire. That's good. I mean, as long as these enemies are not particularly interested in fighting back, which it seems like they're not, then we can just ignore... We can ignore the numerical discrepancy here, and we can just charge them. Do we have any other groups of attack drones? No, 24 and 26 is our full 50. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're fighting back right now.
Such dark, troubling thoughts. This is a mission of peace. I should be focused on the chemistry of growing potatoes on Mars, or the ability of cows to endure life here. I do not see a need for assault drones.
Broadly, I agree. I would like for there not to be any assault drones myself. Alright, so we have improved shielding. You can see the little blue glow around our drones. In theory, we should be pretty good at this. It looks like we move about as fast as they do, so anytime we get behind one of them, we're just doomed. Okay, we are certainly killing them faster than they are killing us. We are losing drones, but not a huge number of them. Trying to make sure that we're actually, like, in their circle. Okay, now go this way. Just follow along with them and do lots of shooting. But for the most part, we're just going to have to let them destroy whatever they want to destroy and then rebuild it later. Because we cannot get the rest of our drones to bring 2 parts over here. I have no idea what the hell we're doing with all of our parts. Because it doesn't... like, we see parts moving around constantly, but nothing that needs parts is getting it. Or getting them. Well, I mean, structural integrity is not... I'll say this, the offensive drones don't do a lot of damage to our stuff. It takes them a long time to do meaningful damage. Wait, what's going on? You have orders. Why did they just turn around there? Alright. Unfortunately, repairs that cost parts, really not a thing I can afford. And again, we're not even short. We have plenty of parts. The bots just don't want to take them to the places they need to go. And I am not sure how to fix the problem. Alright, have you... Where's the other army? F6 is combat view. Huh. Did we... Yeah, we did. We lost a huge number of drones. Okay, looks like those ones are just leaving. I will allow it. Nope, never mind. They, as soon as they saw that I was not interested in fighting them, they turned around. Alright, we should be able to repel them pretty quickly, hopefully. I appreciate them flying through the one completed tower. Don't exactly know where they're going. It looks like it could be... I don't think it's the plant. I think it's this iron mine. Oh, and there's even more guys over here that we cannot do anything about. Well, we're gonna have to wait until they run off. Okay, why don't you guys go back to the hive? You're getting your asses kicked. There's no sense in just having all of our drones die. Huh, turns out they're not going for that at all. I mean, can I issue you guys a follow order? No, they don't lock on. So I'm assuming that they would not, gosh. What an annoyingly large number of enemy drones. And again, it would be way less of a problem if our units had any interest in finishing our drone hives and stuff, so that we could actually have defenses. Too large and complex a network. Alright, do your best to run those guys off. Yeah, this swarm got cut down to 1. Okay, so... unfortunately, there's no way to do anything quickly. Right, like we can't quickly build up a supply of assault drones. The assault drone factory is doing its best. It's working as much as it can, and it is prioritized. But oh, I see. Upgrade ways is how you upgrade the roads, because the roads are not upgrading automatically. That's a huge problem, because boy, that's tedious, huh? Having to manually upgrade. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do that with the number of edges in this graph. Like, no, I mean we're not gonna be able to do that with the number of edges in this graph. We cannot manually upgrade the roads. All right, yeah, just keep pumping them out, and I guess this combat's going to be more of a long-term thing, just like everything else in this game. Kind of a long-term thing. Alright, well, I was hoping to just repel this attack and then end the episode, but it seems like we're probably going to be under attack for several Earth years, so maybe we ought to call it here for today. Thank you all so much for watching. These episodes are way too long, and I need to get them shorter. So when you come back next time tomorrow, hopefully we'll at least get that under control if we can't control anything else. And we'll see you then.